Hi everyone, it's Tim Topham here from topmusic.co, and I'm delighted to have Paul and Gillian from Piano Teaching Success here at Piano Pivot Live 2020 in order to record some fantastic interviews with our speakers and give you a bit of a backstage pass. And if you really want to immerse yourself in what Piano Pivot is really like, and if you enjoy this interview, then make sure you grab one of our virtual tickets. The virtual tickets are fully edited professional recordings of our speakers actually on stage doing their thing, live teaching, keynote workshops. And if you want to grab that, head to pianopivotlive.com/virtual. I'll see you there.
Hi and welcome again. And I'm so lucky to have Depasquale, who is the CEO of AMEB with us. And AMEB is a sponsor of Tim Topham's Piano Pivot Live. And I just wanted to say, well, I was just so thrilled in the audience this morning when you announced that you had given away 10 tickets that you've really supported, and that when you were looking at this event, you thought about what your support should be. And
yeah, we did think about it a lot, and I was really pleased to see those 10 people, because what we really wanted to do as a sponsor was to provide an opportunity for somebody who otherwise might not have been able to come.
Yes.
And so we put that out there. 5 of them were dedicated to regional areas and 5 to local, and I was really thrilled to see the 10 people up there this morning.
I was too. I thought that was just so nice, because professional development changes the industry, doesn't it? It changes the outcome. It just has a ripple effect.
It's the most important thing we do, I think, so bar anything really. So yeah, to improve teaching.
Yeah, is a fabulous thing, because it pays it all forward, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And also, I think not only did you give away 10 tickets, which would be a value of about $4,000, you also gave away about $1,500 worth of books. So some pretty lucky, happy teachers out there.
Yes,
someone really scored, what is it? It was about $600 worth of the Piano for Leisure pack.
Yes, that was the premium prize, but I think one of our lucky winners of the conference ticket also won a book prize.
So
she's
double dipping.
Well, yes.
She's lucky.
It's great for us to be able to give books away to people and contribute in that way. So very happy to do it.
And we've got a little sneaky kind of
Speaking
announcement
of giving books away, so we've been talking internally a little bit about what we can do about the horrific bushfires that have been going on, and it's just a small gesture from us, but we'll be doing some formal messaging next week just to say that anybody who's lost their AMEB library as part of the bushfires will replace that for them. So
that's a very generous offer. That's lovely. Really
but it can be quite devastating for a teacher to lose a library of books.
Absolutely.
And quite hard to replace, and that's a small thing we can do. I think the good thing about the offer is just it's very low tech in terms of bureaucracy. You just got to ring us, email us, and tell us what you had, and we'll send them out to you. So it's pretty.
Really, that's amazing. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's lots of things happening this year at AMEB as well. Just to touch on that, you've got a harp syllabus you're doing.
Harp syllabus, violin syllabus.
Rejigging them.
Sorry.
Just a revision of them.
Yes. So harp, it's quite exciting because the current syllabus is quite old and out of date, and we've got a really great team of people working on it, and led by Alice Giles, who's probably the best known harp player in Australia.
That's good.
And violin, just time for a revision, and again we've got a really good team of people working on that, so we're very optimistic that both those syllabuses will be really good.
I'm sure they will be.
Some other smaller projects going on. Last year we just released our new trumpet syllabus, which included new trumpet technical work, and this year we'll release a lower brass technical work, so that'll bring all the brass subjects in line with their technical work, which will be a real boon for brass teachers, I think.
Yeah, it's always good when you can have these alignment things happening. Yeah. And in the piano world, there's the Piano for Leisure survey, which we've all just had.
Yes. So the big question for us is, we released our new piano syllabus at the end of 2018 with a completely different approach to technical work. And that's been really well accepted by the market, and people are very excited about that. We're conscious that our Piano for Leisure still uses actually what we would refer to as the old technical work, so it's not even the technical work that was replaced in the last piano syllabus review. It was the technical work, and so it's quite old, out of date, And the question on our mind is, do we try and adapt the new piano technical work as something that we can use for piano for leisure? Do we treat it as a standalone thing and it should have its own technical work? And we're just really interested to hear from teachers as to what they would like to see. So really
they're quite thought-provoking. I did my survey and put it in. It's quite thought-provoking because you can see the dilemma. On the one hand, I actually quite like the syllabus of scales for piano for leisure. It makes a lot of sense the way it's structured. And then you think, well, what would you pull out of it? And because I do really think the exercises and the values that David Lockett took on board in that, well, how many scales do you really need to practice those skills? And maybe there are other skills that we also need to, and that's a very, very valid point.
And the real issue there is maybe piano for leisure, particularly at the higher grades, needs some specific exercises that are more honed towards popular contemporary piano techniques than classical piano techniques. So, so they're all questions for us. It's a little bit, I know that sometimes people think we just produce books to make money, but it's not really about that. We would like, and so I know some teachers say if we have a new technical workbook just for piano for leisure, then they'll have to buy that as well.
I know. Well, that question was posed in the survey. So have you say. And I was thinking the same thing. Originally, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, well, yeah, maybe it would be good. But there's a lot of teachers that only teach piano for leisure, and then to have because you were sort of saying, well, maybe you want to have the exercises that are online and just use the other one and other book. But then you got bits of paper here and bits of paper there, and that's annoying too.
Yes. So it is actually quite an important thing. We've done some equivalent of a survey, some more serious discussions with people who are specialists in that area, including David Lockett. But we're very interested to hear what teachers say, what they want, and then we'll try and produce something for that before the end of this year.
That's a lot to do.
Some outcomes will be easier than others to do by the end of this year.
Yes.
If they all want the same technical workbook,
wouldn't that be nice?
That would be easy. If it needs specialist technical work written, then it might take longer. So,
yeah, true. Well, if you want to have yours say, please fill in your survey if you've been emailed it. If you haven't, we'll put a link in the bottom of this in the show notes, so you can just click on that link and fill your survey. It's an online survey.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Well, thank you once again.
Thanks, Gillian.
And thank you very much for supporting the piano teaching profession.
Our pleasure.
Professional development. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.